Hi teachers. So by now you should be familiar with the Endline diagnostic tool, which you should have administered to the same pupils that you administered the baseline diagnostics to. So this video, I want to share with you some more information about the Endline Dashboard, which I did share a little bit with you in the previous video. But now I want to go into a bit more detail. So let's imagine that you've clicked submit, you've done all the diagnostics for your 10 pupils, but you want to know, what is their progress? Have they made any progress throughout the last few months? So this is what the Endline Dashboard will show you. This is what the Endline Dashboard looks like. I just want to make a few things clear. If you already registered for the baseline dashboard, then you automatically have access to this. If you haven't registered for the baseline dashboard, I will put a link in the Google Classroom. Just click on that and you'll receive access within a couple of hours after you've submitted the form. So just to be clear, we have two different dashboards. This is the Endline one, and it looks like this. So the purpose of this one is very different to the purpose of the baseline. So the purpose of the Endline is so that you can see what progress is. The purpose of the baseline is for you to see what areas you need to improve for each particular student. So in the baseline, you can really drill down on a student by student level. In the Endline, you can also drill down into a student by student level, but not on a tool by tool level. It's a little bit less detailed, the Endline, and it's more for helping you plan for how you want to use this data for next year. So let me just remind the teachers who have not yet registered for the dashboard, because I looked at my data. We've got about 175 schools in this year's HIP FINCO Reads program, and I've got about 120 schools registered, which means about 55 schools have not got access to the baseline data or the Endline. So if that's your school, please make sure that you register for it so that you can access all of this information. You can click this link to view the baseline dashboard, and this will take you to this dashboard, which you may be familiar with from the beginning. Then you can also click here for the Endline diagnostic tool, like I've just shown you here. It's the same one. And also we have the Endline diagnostic tools for the students, which are here. So useful links there. Please also take note of the information on the front page here. It's very, very useful. On the left here, we've got like an introduction, and it's got your name, you can see, in your school at the top. And then we've got how to read the growth data. So important information is the orange bar here is the baseline, and the green bar is the Endline. And in the background, we've got the green zone, got the yellow zone, and the red zone. Please make note of those. And what you're looking for is the growth patterns. Like here, you can see a definite growth in the English Tool 1 comprehension. We're looking for strengths, and we're also looking for focus areas for things that you should be focusing on for next year. And then on the right here, we've got just some notes on using the dashboard for reflection next steps. So for example, if you notice that pupils improved in phonics or decoding, but still struggle with oral reading fluency, then you can choose to continue short fluency routines next year. So let me give you an example of some kinds of data you may or may not see in your dashboard. Now imagine you see a student that has just orange bars. What this means is that the baseline was done for this pupil, but the Endline was not done. If the Endline was done, then you would see two bars. You would see the orange and you would see the green. So you'd see orange and green. Another example. If you only see tool 5, you don't see any data for tool 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6. This means that you only did the oral reading fluency passage at the baseline and the Endline, and this is perfectly acceptable. This was one of your options that you had. And if you see data for all of the constructs, that means that at the baseline, you administered all of the tools, and also at the end line, you administered the tools. Okay, one more thing I want to show you. You can filter by year group here, or standard. You can filter by class name, and you can filter by student name as well too. Let's look at this student, and you can see what their progress was. In the top left here, you can see what their baseline average score was and their end line average score. And then you can see a percentage change too. That's all I wanted to share with you today. If you have any issues, please feel free to reach out to me or to your education partner. And I wish you all the best in analyzing this, the information and the data to help you plan for next year on the areas that you want to double down on. Good luck, teachers. Thank you very much.